In this video, we're going to install Visual Studio Code. And Visual Studio Code is a text editor. You're going to need one if you're a programmer. And I think Visual Studio Code is one of the easiest places to get started, or one of the easiest text editors to use. So let's go ahead and type in VSCode into your search engine. And then the first result should be code.visualstudio.com. We'll click it and hit download. And then download for Windows or Mac or whatever you're going to use. Okay, and then when it's finished downloading, you can open up your downloads folder. So I've got my downloads folder here. I will double click the VS Code user setup. And then it's basically just accept, yes, etc. So next, for the default location, I do not want to create a start menu folder. I'll keep its name Visual Studio Code. I'm pretty sure I want to check these two boxes. I'm pretty sure that this one is so you can right click on a file and open with code, and then this one is right click and open in a folder. So like if there's a folder here, so like you can right click the folder and then it'll say open with code, so you can open that folder. Hopefully that makes sense. So I think that's what those do. I'm going to click next. You definitely want these two checked. So I'm going to hit next and then install. Okay, so now we'll hit finish. I'm going to close these out. Okay, and now we have a blank VS Code installation. And then over here we have our debugger and then extensions that you can install. And then up here is the file thing, the file explorer, so you can open up, like if you've opened up a project or whatever. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna make a new folder, test VS Code. Okay, and then now in the search bar we can type in VS Code or VSC and open it this way. And there's other things you can add it so you can open it in your terminal, etc., and other stuff, but we'll talk about that later. So now I'm going to go File, Open Folder, and then I'm going to find my desktop and test VS Code. I'm going to double click, select folder. Okay, and then trust the authors of all files in the parent folder desktop, yes. And then now we have this little file explorer thing over here where you can manage your files. So I'm going to create a new file called test.txt and then hello. I'm going to save it. And so because I made a file in the test VS Code, if you open it up here, we can see that we have our test code here. And then yeah, that is pretty much it for the basics of VS Code. And so we're gonna do a whole series on VS Code and mastering it, as well as some other text editors. So be sure to subscribe so you can check those out as well.